Hello everyone and welcome to another day of All Creator Live, and I am back playing more No Man's Sky. And today is going to be a really chill stream. Give me a moment, I'm gonna let Java run free. Hey Vector, explore. There we go. Now we can look around the table and play with the tree and do whatever he wants. Okay. So the last time I played No Man's Sky, I went through a freighter. Didn't get the upgrade that I was looking for. And that's a shame. Because it's been a while since I played, but not only that, it's just heartbreaking to spend an entire hour going through a freighter and then not get the thing that you really wanted. Ugh. Alright, so there's a new expedition going on right now, the Omega expedition. But I have already completed that expedition. And I'm pretty sure I did it live on stream. I'm pretty sure I started live streaming No Man's Sky stuff this year. At least I think. I don't know. But yeah, I already completed the Omega expedition, so I don't really need to get any of the prizes for it. But to anyone who does need the Omega expedition, it's available right now for the next 5 days. I think it started last week, so they give you a pretty decent time to do all of these reruns of the expeditions near the end of the year here. So, get it while you can. And I, for one, don't have to worry about that because I took care of it when I was supposed to. Not just kidding. It was like doing your taxes. Yeah, let's go ahead and just load up this save file. But yeah, No Man's Sky. To those that don't know what these streams are all about, it's pretty much me just relaxing after a long day of work. Typically I have energy drink or something to keep me going, but because money's been so tight with getting Christmas presents and whatnot, I haven't really been able to buy anything. But I do have snacks. And I do have something to drink, so. Gotta be thankful for what you got. Why you got it. Next year. Oh boy. Next year. Alright, I gotta familiarize myself a little bit here with the controls because it's been a while since I played No Man's Sky. And so that's how I run. Alright. And shooting is right, that. And I have the wrong thing equipped for combat, but it is good for fishing, so let's go do some fishing. Let's see. I know I displayed this before, but I think it's really cool now that you can display your planet. It sucks that they only have a 2D image to work with, but you can only really notice it if you look at it from a certain angle. I do kind of like having it at this angle because the masking doesn't show up that much on that side. And you're going to want to look at it from this angle anyway. I don't really see people going over to this side of the computer and seeing that, so I angled it in a way to where you can kind of see everything. Besides, that's the important part. I'm pretty sure this... where am I standing right now? Yeah. No, I don't think... Yeah, no. I think we're, like, right about here, you know? I wish I could put, like, a marker or something there to indicate this is where you're at right now. But, yeah, well, it is pretty cool, regardless, to have an image of your planet. Alright, so... Oh, also, I have one new follower. Oh, somebody over from Bryce's stream decided to follow. Solar! That's right, I saw them. I tuned into Bryce's stream earlier today. And, Solar showed up. And I got to meet them. And it was fun. So I'm glad to see they followed me over here on Twitch. Might see them today. Who knows? But if we don't get anybody showing up, that's fine. Just kind of taking a look at the inside of my ship here real quick. Alright, I'm wondering if I should go fishing or try to do a freighter thing first. I don't know why it keeps telling me to hatch the egg. I don't have the damn thing in my inventory. Is there a way to get that? No. It's just there permanently because I haven't hatched an egg. I don't like that. It's kind of annoying. Jabba stuck over there behind the tree. That's why I gave him the tree, so he could run around on it and stuff. But yeah, last time I played, I tried to get an upgrade for my freighter. I went all the way through an abandoned freighter. One of the worst ones, you know. It was one from a, what are they called? Korvax Systems. One of the freighters from a Korvax system. The worst kind that you can adventure through, because not only are they the longest, but they have the disgusting alien creatures on them that you have to fight, and it's just all in all the biggest time wasting kind of freighter. So we're definitely not going to be going through that today. We're going to go through a freighter here in this solar system because I'm pretty sure the Vakines have the easiest freighters to go through. I think it goes in the rank of Vakine, Gek, and Korvax in terms of difficulty. And yeah, I'm glad I'm in a Vakine system. It's kind of ironic that the Vakine not only have the best paradise planets, but they also have the easiest freighters to adventure through. So it feels a little bit like they're kind of saying that the Vakine are like the easiest race to get along with, you know? Because adventuring on a planet and exploring freighters, those all get you, just doing all of that in general will get you rank up, will rank up your progress with the faction in charge of the galaxy you're in. So I feel like they want us to befriend the Vakine first for some reason. It just feels like that. A lot of people go with the Gek, a lot of people go with the Vakine, but I've always been fond of the Korvax race. I really like, I know it's kind of obvious because my character's robotic, but I really do like the Korvax. I really think the whole robot humanoid species is very interesting to me. It makes me a little nostalgic of old sci-fi adventure books that I used to read when I was a kid. And when I say books, I mean books without pictures. I can't remember them for the life of me, but my dad, he was an avid reader. He had a lot of books, so many in fact that he never read any of them. But I remember, because him and my mom broke up, he packed them all in a box that he was going to take to his place, and I was like, oh, these might be the last time I can read these. And since he was going to be taking them away at the end of the month, I was like, you know what? I'll start reading them because why not? This is the last time I'll probably be seeing these books. And I read through all of them within a month, and I don't know. It just kind of resonated with me. I don't know what it is about sci-fi adventures now, but they bring back a nostalgic summer feeling from way back then. I don't know why they comforted me so much in such a dark time in my life, but they did, and it's a shame I just can't remember any of them at all. I'm pretty sure Dune was one of them. There was a make your own adventure one that got me into make your own adventure books, but that was the only sci-fi one that I had ever read. All the other ones I read after that were all fantasy. And then there were ones that I remember very clearly. They were Super Mario make your own adventure books, and I remember those ones because it was video game themed, and you didn't see stuff like that often back then. People didn't make books centered around video game characters. It wasn't a common practice back then. People saw video games as toys for children, and children don't want to read books, and you know, they this just had that kind of mentality about it, and seeing something like that was super rare. But a lot of the times I can't remember anything I read when I was a kid. I guess that's just how it goes. Some people just really love reading and they can remember everything, but me, I just really remember the video games that I played and the cartoons I watched. Those were what I was into when I was a kid. So it doesn't have to be a thing that you have to be into, because obviously I am not a huge book reader, but I read a lot of books just because, I guess. I don't know. It's not like they were assigned to me. It's just that Vector over there dancing. It's just that they were laying around. With my dad being a huge book reader and my sister being a huge book reader, I guess with them just laying around the house, I decided to read them as well. It's not that I was trying to prove anything to anyone. It's just when you're bored and you see something, you want to do something with it. And that's also to the fact that I was a kid, and I was back in the 80s, early 90s, and you didn't really have too many options back then on things to do, you know, around the house. Alright, so we're gonna kind of relax for a little bit. I want to try and eat something and kind of de-stress from work and all that. It was a pretty long day. That's why I'm kind of getting started about a half hour late, because I was at work for so long today. So I just kind of want to sit back, relax, eat something. Oh, man. Maybe talk about some stuff with anyone that shows up to the stream. But yeah, other than books, I don't really feel like a lot of the sci-fi related stuff left that much of impression on me. So it probably has something to do with the fact that it probably instilled something into me as to why I like sci-fi based adventures like No Man's Sky as opposed to sci-fi themed adventures like I don't know, there are a couple of sci-fi things that I'm not really that fond of, you know? Like, I'm okay with Star Wars. I've seen the first 3 movies. I've seen the first 6 movies. I haven't seen the more recent ones. And, I'm not a huge nerd about things like that. And it's not like I've seen a lot of different sci-fi shows. I've watched Star Trek when I was a kid. I don't know, I guess that could just be it. It could just be a nostalgia secondhand thing, because a lot of the movies and television shows and books themed around sci-fi stuff is all stuff that I kind of consumed secondhand from my parents, because my parents were huge into stuff like that. So I'd have to say the only real sci-fi thing that I've ever adopted that was for me, in a sense, would have to be Star Ocean. Yeah, Star Ocean and Phantasy Star. So I guess that's why I like, No Man's Sky so much. Oh, and Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if you want to classify that as, sci-fi. It's space. Space detective, bounty hunter stuff. But it isn't too much sci-fi. Especially not along the lines of, something like Star Wars. Or this game. In fact, the only real sense of Cowboy Bebop that I get when I play this game is kind of floating through space and kind of chilling out. As well as the type of music that I listen to while I play No Man's Sky. Which is mostly relaxing stuff. Jazz and whatnot. I guess I could also say Mystery Science Theater 3000 was something that I adopted myself. So I guess a lot of the less serious sci-fi stuff in the medium is what I'm more into. And I don't know why. Well, no, I know why I play No Man's Sky. It's because there's that kind of connection to my parents that I have with it. Like, I'm sure if my dad could really play video games and get into video games in the same way that I do, he would like this game. I know he would definitely like this game. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's another singing sea snail. Get a lot of those in these waters, apparently. So our planet has a bunch of singing sea snails. I wonder how big they are. That's the one thing I wish that they would tell you, along with the information, is how big it is. Because then I could kind of get a picture in my head as to what they would look like, just slowly moving around singing on our planet. But yeah, I haven't eaten anything all day. Well, that's not true. When I first started today, a little bit. I can see Java's trying to get at his cube again. Ah, fuck. Sometimes the way the fish bites on the line, it makes it feel like he's grabbed it. And then when I look up, I see the water's not splashing. And I'm like, dang it. In case anyone's wondering, I'm eating a cheese tray. Jason, why are you eating a cheese tray? That just sounds so expensive. It's because it's really cheap. The cheese that I'm eating, it was on sale for like $1, and I was like, damn, and that's a lot of cheese, so of course I bought it up. And it lasts a while. It's cheese. Cheese lasts a long time. So just keep it in my fridge, cut it up, have it with a couple of things. Right now I'm having it with some olives. Some olives that are left over from Thanksgiving. I should pay more attention to the line. You know? because it changes colors. It's just during the day it's a little hard to tell. And to anyone who are new and asking why are you fishing, you can get a lot of currency. Nanites, it's one of the more difficult types of currency that you can get in this game. You can get a lot of it from fishing. I'll show you once I'm done with this first hour. Not only that, but it's relatively the chillest thing that you can do in this game. It makes it so much easier for me to eat. Hey, for all I know, there might be someone out there that likes listening to me eat. These streams are always really chill, so it's like, why not, right? Whoa, another one. Wow, we got a lot of singing sea snails on our planet. So I guess that's another benefit. I imagine they have a very melodious song. Very nice to listen to while you chill out. You know, one of the things that I want to do with this planet, if my No Man's Sky streams start attracting more people to the planet, is I want to set up a... I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I want to set up a little music area so that people visiting this planet can collect a bunch of music for their bite boxes. I feel like any planet that is part of a server or part of a group of people should have something like that to entice more people to join. That's another reason why I do kind of want to set up another Discord server, is because I would like a more active community around No Man's Sky. I mean, I did just start pitching myself as a No Man's Sky streamer this year. And to anyone wondering, I play No Man's Sky every Thursday. So if you are into No Man's Sky and you do want to talk with someone about it, then feel free to stop by Thursdays between 5 and 11. That's when I typically stream. And I like to make my streams between 2 and 5 hours long, but my more chill No Man's Sky streams typically take about 2 to 3 hours. Like today, I'm expecting to only do about 2 or 3 hours. Alright, I'm all done the cheese tray. Get something to drink. catch one more fish. After we catch one more fish, I'll put these snails away and release the rest of the fish, and I'll show you how much nanites you can get for fishing. So this is only about like 15 minutes worth of fishing, which is a lot less than what... Oh my god, they're taking a bath. Oh, wrong button. How do I open the... Yeah, there it is. I don't think this is the right gun. No, it's not. Yeah, that was one of my first guns. Here it is. Mini Dragon. Yeah, we already got one singing snail in there. So we got 3 in total. This is the one part that I don't like, is releasing them. It's not that I'm sad to see them go, it's that I have to keep opening up the menu to do this. Wish there was a better way. You know, like a massive release button or something. I don't know, I feel like that would be difficult to program in. I think I've already mentioned this on a previous stream, but I hate it when I play something and I'm like, oh, this is such a dumb way to do this. They should think of a better way to do this. Because I don't know, I'm not a programmer. I mean, I play a lot of video games and I know a lot about game design. But I don't know how hard it could be to program something like that in, you know? There could be any number of reasons why they haven't done it. The biggest one I'm thinking is that it could have something to do with just the menu options themselves. If you implement something like that, it would probably break some other factor that has to do with the menu options, you know? I get this way with No Man's Sky because many people don't realize this, but Hello Games is kind of a small team. They are still an indie development company, even though they do get a lot of help from a number of sources now. They're still kind of a small team. So I don't want to be too mean to them because they don't really have that many people to justify a lot of the things that I say. While when it comes to me saying things about a lot of other teams that have been around for generations upon generations, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, yeah, I just, that game, their teams, their company, it's not that I hate Sega or Sonic Team, I don't, it's just, I feel like Sonic Frontiers was great, and sure, it didn't have a really good ending at the beginning, but I was happy with it the way that it was. I ended the first playthrough feeling really good about myself, feeling pretty happy, and I really enjoyed everything. But that second playthrough, the final act, I guess you could call it, of Sonic Frontiers, just, oh, it upset me so much how bad it was. And to be honest, with such a huge company that Sega and Sonic Team are, it feels like it's very inexcusable. I haven't played Sonic Generations yet. I'm planning to play that next year, and I'm 100% certain that I'll love it because I love the original Sonic Generations, and them just adding to it makes me feel like there's no way they could get it wrong, you know? Taking a perfectly good game and you're just adding stuff to it. That doesn't seem like it's going to promote failure, you know? And I'm not saying that in anticipation because I want there to be something for me to complain about it. No, I 100% feel like with the reviews and what everybody's been saying about the Shadow DLC, the Shadow stuff, and how everybody loves it so much, I'm 100% sure that they've done a good job with it. I haven't played it yet to really make a huge assessment of it, so I don't want to seem biased, but I do feel like they've done a really good job, so I can't wait to play it next year. And to anyone wondering, why aren't you playing it right now? Well, I don't want to play it right now because I don't know if you've realized this, but I've got a lot on my plate right now in terms of games. And I know I don't have to be playing No Man's Sky, but I want to be playing it because I need to relax. And aside from that, I've been having a lot of people eventually coming in to these live streams of No Man's Sky, and they do enjoy them because it gives them a chance to relax. And a lot of times whenever we get somebody new, they come in when I'm playing a game that's not chat friendly, you know, a game that I'm playing and I can't pay attention to anything that chat says, so I feel bad about not being able to say anything. Alright, I just picked the wrong one. I wanted to see exactly how many nanites I needed for my squadron. Oh, that's right. You only get four ships for your squadron. That's right. What I need to do is I need to find better pilots. Nothing against you guys, but A's and 1B. When I was making my first squadron, when I made this squadron, I did so because, you know, the ships look cool. I was like, whoa. Not only that, but I like Star Fox. That's another game. You know what? I said that I've only adopted sci-fi stuff from my parents, but I feel like I'm a more new age sci-fi nerd than an old age sci-fi nerd. I feel like that's a better description of it, you know? Because all of the sci-fi stuff that I'm really into is more this generation of I feel like there was a cutoff point between the last generation of sci-fi stuff and this new generation of sci-fi stuff. And I feel like that cutoff point is somewhere in the mid 80s, you know, after the original trilogy ended of Star Wars. Because at that point, all of the old sci-fi fans, they were all participating in the new stuff, in the new age of sci-fi, or they were too old and felt like they were too old to be participating in stuff like that, you know? Because for their generation, there was this whole stigmatism around things like cowboys and what the hell else did they like back then when they were kids? I mean, see, they liked cowboys, they liked science fiction. I don't know. I'm not old. Detectives, I guess. I don't know. I struggle. I don't watch any black and white movies. That's just not my generation. But yeah, there was this whole stigmatism with them in that old generation where they felt uncomfortable with doing anything that they did when they were a kid. So when they got to become adults in the mid 80s, they were all like, oh yeah, no, we don't really want to associate with science fiction as much because, oh, that's all kid stuff. We don't want to seem like we're kids. But the new age of sci-fi and sci-fi nerdism is all in a generation where everyone is free to express their love for things that they did when they were a kid, you know? You can be however old you want and still love that stuff. And I'm not saying that everyone from from Gen X and Boomers are like this. Not everyone, obviously. There are a lot of Gen X and Boomers who still appreciate a lot of the things that they had when they were kids, and are a lot like the more current generations of millennials and Gen Z. And but there's just way more Gen Z and millennials that are out there really participating in a lot of the new age stuff because they don't care if they look like kids. So I feel like that's what I was trying to convey back when I was fishing, is that I'm more into a lot of the more new age sci-fi stuff than the old age sci-fi stuff. And yes, I rope Star Wars in with that old stuff because, as any Star Wars fan will tell you, the old stuff was the best stuff. And I really don't want to shit on anyone who is a more new age Star Wars fan, but I've seen everything from the old generation and the new generation of Star Wars, and I am with the boomers and the Gen Xers who all say that the old stuff was better because it just felt better. I just really don't like all of the new stuff, mostly because of how Hollywood it's gotten and how big budgeted it is, and how you can tell that it's just some dude clickety clacking behind a computer screen, and there really isn't any creativity or imagination that goes into a lot of it. And there are a lot of people who share that sentiment, and I don't even feel like that's a hot take. I feel like that's a very common take on a lot of the new age Star Wars stuff. There's a guy I watch called Ryan George, and I really loved all of his takes on the new movies, especially when he was talking about a lot of the new creatures that that Lucasfilms had developed specifically for marketability, and how they just seemed like they were two already evident ideas that they just mashed together, and they were like, here, marketable thing. And you think that, oh, they did that back in the past too. No. Yeah, sure, they marketed the hell out of a lot of characters back then, but they didn't design characters in Star Wars back then to be marketable. You take a look at Chewbacca, you take a look at the Jawa, you take a look at Yoda, and you see those three things and you say, I don't really feel like they're cute enough to be marketable. And yet they sell a lot and they become marketable because those characters just resonated with people when they saw them in theaters. And it was a natural resonance that drew them to buy the material. But these days, they're just flat out just like, this thing is super cute, they'll buy a ton of it. And yeah, they do, but it's not for the same reason. They don't love the character. Hell, half of the people that bought Baby Yoda plushies didn't even know who the hell Baby Yoda was. They were like, look at this cute little goblin thing, I want to buy it. And that's why it pisses me off so much when I see stuff like that in the stores, because I'm like, I bet he's not even that interesting. And then I watch The Mandalorian and I'm like, yeah, I don't really think anyone realizes this, but Baby Yoda really didn't do much of anything in The Mandalorian. I haven't seen every single episode, but I could already tell you he really didn't do much of anything in any episode. It was just there to be marketable, and it's annoying to see him, you know, because it makes me realize how far the bar has fallen in terms of creativity in the world of sci-fi. And I guess that's why I'm more in tune with a lot of the New Age stuff. And I guess that's another reason why we don't see a lot of the New Age stuff from Nintendo. I guess because it's not marketable for them anymore. They used to love Star Fox, but they fucking hate him now, and that makes me sad because it was one of my favorite games to play on Nintendo consoles. Let me see, there was Star Fox, The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, and I'm trying to think of one that's still around that I used to like when I was a kid. One that was a Nintendo IP. I can't even say Kirby. I know I played the newest one, but I think I've only played 2 Kirby games in my entire life. So, yeah. There weren't too many IPs that I really loved from Nintendo, but the fact that they just killed one of them makes me a little bit sad, you know? I know they tried to revive them on the Wii U with that reimagine of that one Star Fox game that they had on the SNES that they didn't bring over here to America. But at the same time, I'm like, well, if you really cared enough about it, you probably would have marketed it that a lot more. And they didn't. I mean, they gave it a backing when they promoted it during E3, back when E3 was still a thing. But I never saw a single commercial for that show, or for that video game, and I just really wish that they wouldn't be like, let's appease our fans and then piss them off at the same time. I know I'm not a developer and I can't really say anything about the way the heads of Nintendo operate. But I feel like I can say these things because they do it for the sake of money, and me being a consumer, I'm the one giving them the money, so why shouldn't I be able to say anything? Alright, I think I have some anomaly detectors, but I don't think those are what here we go. The emergency signal detectors is what I need to. Alright, let's go ahead and find us a freighter to explore. Oh yeah, okay. I was supposed to say, is this a freighter or a destroyed freighter? No, it's an abandoned one. Okay. There's a lot of times I think these signals are also used to find the kinds of freighters that are destroyed, but maybe not. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's just sometimes when I see that symbol at the bottom there, to me I think it means that my inventory's full. But I realize if it has the little arrow on it, it's my jetpack. It looks a little bit like the symbol for... I gotta fix my controller real quick. It looks like the symbol for your backpack, so that's why I tend to get confused. Ooh, camera. And to anyone wondering, why is it they put a treasure chest on the outside here? That's for anyone who wants to come in here and be like, what's this? And then they see that it's something dangerous and they can't get into it because they don't have the signal thing that I used before I entered here. Because you can run into these accidentally. That's another thing that I think is pretty cool. It makes you feel as though these ships are just floating out here randomly, but they're not. They're obviously generated. It's just that running into one accidentally makes you feel as though, you know, it's a world where you can run into anything, you know, and not something that's already pre-planned, which it is. Obviously, it's a video game. Of course everything's pre-planned. It can't not be pre-planned. Because then how the fuck are they, I mean, God, imagine if they didn't have random generation in video games these days. Having to build everything. My God. Having to build everything from the ground up and not have random generation in video games. I feel as though video games would take way longer to make than they already do, if that was the case, you know? Hell, I'd be scared to be a video game developer if that was the case. I'd be like, alright, so I'm just going to spend the next 10 years of my life working on this video game that's probably going to become lost to time. I'm going to waste half my life. Because when you think about it, if we did still operate and make video games the way we used to back in the day, it's not that it's a matter of it taking so much time, it's that eventually it would get to that point because everybody would be competing to make the next big thing. And it's not that they don't do that these days, it's just that they also make things a lot easier to make. You know, they have applications and programs that make things easier on developers. But if they didn't do that, is what I'm saying. If they didn't make things easier for developers, and they did just continue doing things the way that they did back then, and companies had to start trying to get bigger and better with the limitations that they already have. Oh, God, I would never want to become a programmer or a game designer because it would just wreck me mentally. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm just sitting here thinking about something like that, man, it feels like that would be a nightmare. It's already kind of scary to get into that kind of a business, but if it was as bad as all that, forget about it. Nobody would want that kind of a job. You know, if that's the case, then I feel as though maybe the gaming industry wouldn't have taken off either. You know, if it was that hard, people wouldn't want to do it. Screw art, you know? If artists had to work as hard as somebody who has to work in construction or just like basic day-to-day jobs like in the fast food industry, if artists had to work that hard to make something like a video game, nobody would want to do it. It's like, why? There would be no incentive. I mean, the whole reason I feel as though a lot of people gravitate towards the world of art is because they get to express themselves, and they don't... I mean, a lot of them tend to think... Now, this isn't my opinion, but a lot of people tend to think that if you're progressing into the world of art, you're going to be your own boss. But a lot of times, that's just not the case. And I know that for a fact because I've tried. And you always think you're gonna be your own boss, and then you're not. And then you get sad, and it kind of makes you bitter about everything. I tend to think that's why I tend to get bitter about everything, but I realize it's probably not the case. I still wish that I could do stuff like that. I know that it's very complicated, but that's not a factor to me. I know that it's very difficult to do a lot of that stuff, but that's just not a factor to me. It would be if it was as hard as, say, freaking cracking concrete or working in a sweatshop. You know, if it was something like that, then I'd be like, ugh. And don't get me wrong, in the world of art, there are things like that. There are sweatshops. I'm not saying that there are not. There are. But, you know, it's that creative sense of it is the whole reason why I want to get into it. But I understand how most people want to, because they want to be their own boss. But I 100% can tell you that that is a pipe dream, and the only way you're going to experience something like that is if you already have the money to make it happen. Do I have? Yes, I do have my pulse spitter, my pulse spitter equipped. There aren't too many people that will be tuning into my live stream, but I feel like to those that tune into the archives, I should probably mention a few things. If you're wondering why I tend to stutter or mess up the words that I say, it's because I have dyslexia, and my brain will occasionally try to jump ahead with what it is that I'm saying, you know? So if I'm on a roll, if I'm talking really fast, or if I have a really deep conversation with chat or just with you guys watching in the archives, and I say a word that sounds like a mishmash of several other words, that's why. Like, for instance, what I just said. Damn it, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was the words required and so, I don't know. I just put them both together and got squiddered or something like that. I can't remember the word now, damn it. And if you are watching in the archives and you're interested in the story as to why this freighter is messed up and why it was abandoned, feel free to pause the video and read the logs. They tell you everything. It's one of the reasons why some people like doing these freighters, is they all have their own little backstory as to how they ended up becoming abandoned. So there's a bit of a horror element to it, you know? Some of them are useless though, like that one. It was just an information log. But it's just to add to the realism of it, you know? Plus there are large computer-looking things that don't do anything. I also feel like I could find some decorations in this freighter because I haven't explored too many Vy'keen and Gek freighters. So I might still find some decorations that I have not collected yet. It's another reason why I decided to keep doing the freighter stuff, even though it's not Halloween anymore. Oh yeah, I could do this to see if there are any briefcases around that I haven't collected. Yeah, these are about the only aliens you'll see on these abandoned freighters. Oh, there goes one. Pretty sure that one's the one. I like to call that one the teleporter operation system. Just because it's right, it's the first teleport that you see when you go into an abandoned freighter. So it's the first easiest way to get back to the top. And when you're first starting out, these teleports are like a godsend whenever you run into them. Especially if you started out in the kind that I started out in. My first abandoned freighters were always the ones that were in that Korvax system, which are the hardest ones to do. So, you know, not the smartest thing for me to have done. I probably should have looked around at other in other star systems and seen what their freighters looked like. It's just I had no idea that it changed depending on which star system you were in. I thought they just changed depending on which one of the freighters you went in. And to be fair, that is a reasonable assumption. It is very reasonable. Every time that you go into a dungeon in The Legend of Zelda, it's always a different dungeon. It has nothing to do with the area that you're going into. And I'm talking about Breath of the Wild. I'm not, you know, which is another large open world type of game. So, with these open world games, it always feels like the dungeons you explore are all going to be randomly generated different. But it never has anything to do with the area that you occupy. So, you know, it felt like that would be how they would do things with these abandoned freighters. But it's not. They change only depending on what star system you're in. I'm not saying that's a bad idea either. That makes sense. It encourages people to explore star systems. But for the longest time, I thought that I was just very unlucky, and I kept getting those really difficult freighters with barely any prizes on them. It felt like such shit, and I don't know why I didn't realize that sooner. I guess maybe I didn't care enough. In case you can't tell, I didn't do too many of the freighters, you know? After the first couple, I was like, alright, these are all kind of the same. I don't like it. I'm not doing them anymore. And, yeah. That's why I haven't explored all of the Vakeen and Gek freighters. And to be fair to younger me, these aren't the most exciting things that you can be doing in this game. Especially if you're going to be reading all of these logs. I get that. I'm not saying if you're watching this and you're reading all of the logs that you're boring. There's nothing wrong with wanting to read. There are people who have vivid imaginations that read. It's actually something that improves your imagination from what I've read. Or what I've heard. I heard that a healthy reading habit breeds a creative mind. So far be it for anything I say about reading to diminish your love of reading. And this goes for future me as well. If future me says anything bad about reading, don't listen to him. You are a wonderful, beautiful-minded human being. And you deserve all of the love in the world. And future me is just being a snob. Alright, oh. Hold on. There we go. Just ammo. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been in this room. We got more stuff over here. Wow, I'm surprised that there aren't more enemies on this ship. Then again, like I said, this is a Vy'keen ship, so it is the easiest type of freighter that you can encounter in this game. I think I've only killed like 3 enemies out of the 4 rooms that I've been in. Oh. Where's the... Okay, this is another new room, I think. No, I have been in here. Alright, well, I need... Yeah. Oh, I want to take a break for a second here. Oh, gotta stretch my legs and my back. Oh. Move the microphone a bit. Oh wait, let's see. Well, I still haven't gotten the upgrade that I'm looking for. I keep forgetting what it's called. Oh, keep forgetting what it's called, but I'll let you guys know when I get it. The one thing I kind of wish that you could get in these is a map. You know, it doesn't even have to be a detailed map that shows you each room and what they have inside of them. It could just be a map that's made up of squares, and each of the squares is different sized, you know? And maybe the room that you're in will glow. Alright. Looks like I got everything. Oh, there's the room I haven't been in yet. Okay, I've been in there. So, I go across to here. Okay, I got everything over in this corner. I guess there was just more in the room, so I didn't leave when I was supposed to. Alright. Oh, here we go. Here we go, more robots. Kind of hard to see them, though. That's right. This is the room that has all of the treasure in it. Oh, this is the mainframe. Okay. So you're gonna get a little bit more of a lore dump as to what happened. It really doesn't matter how you respond to that question. I've learned that from playing a lot of the same freighters over and over again. Alright, so this is the lore dump to anyone that was interested into what happened on this freighter. This is going to give you your first big clue. Obviously, I'm not reading it. But yes, if you want, you can pause the video. I mean, obviously, nobody's going to be tuning in live, despite me enjoying these No Man's Sky streams. They're mostly for the archives, and I tend to get more people watching these in the archives than I do having people show up to the chat. But sometimes, especially if there's an exciting expedition that people want to check out, then we will see people come into the stream. But they don't have new expeditions all the time. And I have been kind of lacking in playing No Man's Sky, which makes me sad because it is one of my favorite games. So that's why I decided to make every Thursday No Man's Sky Day, so that I can play more of the game that I love playing. And in case you're wondering, wow, why are all the enemies so easy? It's not that they're easy, it's that I'm so powerful now. When I was first adventuring through these types of freighters, back when I first started out in No Man's Sky, I was constantly going back and forth from the front of the freighter back. Those teleport waypoints, that's what I was trying to say earlier, is that these teleport waypoints were like a heaven sent to me, you know? I was like, oh god, thank goodness. I didn't have that much storage space, so I would always have to keep going back to my ship to offload stuff onto my ship, and then come back. And B, I would always run out of ammo, so I'd have to come back and grab some stuff from my ship to make the ammo. That was back when I had a really weak gun, so I was using grenades most of the time. Oh, I got someone shooting at me. There we go. But yeah, that was back when I had a weak gun, so I was relying more on my grenades, so I had to keep making stuff to make the explosive plasma that's used to refuel the grenades. And I couldn't carry all of that stuff with me because then I wouldn't have too much space to stock up on the prizes and the treasures that you find inside of these. So yeah, freighters used to be a huge annoyance to me, and it used to take way longer than an hour for me to get through one. Hell, if I wanted to, I could rush through this thing way faster than I'm going through it right now. It's just I kind of want a more chill experience, you know? Oh, here we go. Here goes another one of the decorations. Cool. Something to sell. Oh, a hypnotic eye. Yeah, it's no big deal. As far as I could tell, I think you get more for using them as an ingredient. Than you do selling them. I don't know. I have to look more into that. My shoulder blades are just... I feel like... my shoulder blade could have... what is it? That thing that is like an ingrown hair or something like that. I think I have like an ingrown hair on my back. I forget what the technical term of it is. Ooh, this song. I love it. There we go. I heard it and I was like, ooh, my favorite song. I've been looking into a lot of the older songs that I used to listen to when I was a kid, and I found a couple of the songs. I'm like, yeah. Oh, come on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. But yeah, my shields used to be a lot weaker. I used to have to keep going up to the front of the ship to also find health items to restore my health. So yeah, the only reason why these enemies seem so easy is because I'm so much stronger. I hope I'm giving you guys enough time to pause the video so you can read all of that. If I'm not, someone please say something in the comment section, because I really don't want to be just skipping ahead too fast to the point where you guys can't read anything, because then it kind of feels like I'm wasting my time letting you guys read it. I think I get more sodium from these freighters than I do ever exploring on the ground, you know? That's my opinion anyway. You gotta check every single one of these treasure caches, because you do not want to miss any of them. If you miss them, then you might just miss the power-up you're looking for. That's the main reason why I'm going through these freighters like this, and it's because I really, really want the power-up that you can find somewhere on these things. And no, it's not called a power-up. I just keep calling it that because it's used to upgrade my freighter. That's why I'm looking for it. I just can't remember what they're called, because I have a multitude of games that I'm playing right now, and I can't be bothered to remember all of that. There are so many different things in this game that resemble so many other things. I hate it when they do that. Spend forever spinning a chair trying to open up a treasure chest. You know what I think it is? I think I have a skin tag on my shoulder blade. I have a problem with those skin tags. I really don't know what causes them, but I have a couple of them. I have one behind my knee. I have one just behind my left ear. To anyone who's never had a skin tag before, they are annoying. It feels as though someone's lightly touching a part of your body, depending on where they're at. It can feel like a zit. It can feel like something's lightly touching a part of your body. It depends on how big they are, too, because the one on the back of my knee is pretty big. I've had that one for a long, long time. I've got to research into how they develop. Because I tend to worry that it's a health thing, you know? Because one day it won't be there, and then the next day I'll be like, whoa, where'd that come from? The one behind my left ear is the one that freaks me out the most, is because I never had that one before, and then like a couple years ago I was like, I thought that like I had a mole on behind my ear, and I was like, do I have a mole behind there? And I had my sister look, and she was like, I don't see nothing. There's like a bump, but that's it. And I was like, really? That's not a mole. And I was like putting my finger right up against it. And then she scratched at it, and she was like, no, that's not a mole. It's like a bump. And I realized, wait, okay, it's a skin tag. So that's why it's so annoying. They can feel like they're zits or something like that. But you'll know that they're not zits because A, they're not colored that way. They're flesh colored. And B, they don't go away. Zits go away eventually. Well, for some unfortunate people, they do not. And that makes me a little sad to think about, but yeah. I had a friend that had a huge problem with dermatitis, and it's just, don't make fun of people with zits. It's not fair. You don't know what the hell they're going through. There are some unfortunate people who can never get rid of their zits, so please don't do that. Don't make fun of them. It's very mean. And it has nothing to do, unlike what some boomers will tell you, or some more angry, bitter Gen Xers might tell you, you don't get zits from not bathing. That's not how they accumulate. And it's not oily skin that causes them. It can, but those are completely different types of zits. But zits can develop for a number of reasons, and I do not want to go over all of them, because it's not like I memorize these things. I don't have huge problems with it. I just hate the fact that I lost a good friend to something silly like that. I'm not saying he died. I'm saying that we're not friends anymore, because I never really thought things like that were a huge issue. Bullying and stuff like that when I was a kid, because I got bullied too, you know? Me being dyslexic, people used to think that I was like the dumbest person in the world. And I used to get teased all the time about the fact that I couldn't spell, or the fact that I would mash words together and it made me sound really stupid. But, you know, it is what it is when you're growing up. But when you hear about the problems that so many other people have, you don't think that it's that bad, and you think they should just get over it. But, you know, now I'm older and I'm a lot smarter. I realized that was the worst way you could see things like that. Because you have no idea what their pain's like. Oh, it also makes me a little annoyed that I used to be like that, you know? Because, you know, you lose a lot of good friends when you act like that. And I know I said this a couple of streams ago, but it's the kind of attitude that can lead you to become alone very early on in your life. Luckily, I didn't have that problem. I was a much nicer person in high school. But when I was in middle school, I was in elementary school, you're like 14 and 10, and you're a vicious little brat, because kids are just brats pretty much, unless they have the proper parenting. They're always going to be brats. But yeah, when you're that young, you don't really think about things as seriously as you should. And you kind of resonate the sentiment that your parents tell you. And most of the time back then, it was just get over it, and that's not the kind of attitude to have. When people need help, they need help, and you need to help them. And don't say, oh, it's not your responsibility to help them. Of course it's not your responsibility to help them. They're your friends, for fuck's sake. You take on that because you're their friend. You want to help them. And if you don't want to help them, I'm just gonna say, you're not a very good friend. If it's something that you can't help them with, if it's too much for you, obviously they aren't going to want you to help them. They'll understand, because they're a good friend also. Or you should at least consider it when it happens. Alright, yeah, I've already been in here. darn it. I keep walking in here. There has to be another door in this room. Oh, there it is. Did I? I did. I guess I was too busy collecting stuff. You know what? That's another reason why I probably shouldn't talk while I'm doing these. Meh. Like I said. Forever ago. I like streaming because it allows me to get a few things off my chest sometimes. It's not just about playing the game. Sometimes it's about my mental health. Sometimes it's about expressing my feelings. Blah, blah, blah. And who knows, there might be someone watching in the archives that finds these kinds of conversations interesting. Or maybe even soothing. Maybe they just like chatter in the background. I know I do. I've watched a few streams today. Since I'm so close to beating Astrobot, I've decided to pick up where I left off and watching Cat Icarus play Astrobot. And I'm surprised it's taking him so long to get through a lot of the worlds. I have been going through each world individually with each stream. But he's just kind of... I don't know. He's a busy guy, obviously. He has family to deal with and a lot of issues on his end. But it's kind of surprising that he's not trying to wrap everything up in the same way, you know? Where he's trying to get through each world with each stream. Because he's on his 4th stream now, and he's still on the 3rd world, and I'm like, wow. Wow, there is nothing in this room. That's a little sad. Oh, I guess this was supposed to be what I gotta fight here? Wow, that... It's not really much. I don't know what they were... what they were thinking. Yeah, this is gonna be an epic fight with this one jellyfish in this massive room. I realize it's probably because these freighters are randomly generated, but it's silly. Such a huge room, and the only real thing in here was one lonely jellyfish. Alright, we've got 2 more rooms to find. And I still haven't found... You know what? It's always the very last treasure chest, so I think that's the way it's designed. I think they only give you the reward when you found every single treasure chest. I keep saying treasure chest, but it's really more like their catches. Because they could be any shape or size. Also, I have to find a heater. There has to be one in this room. It's the last room. Not the last, but, you know, it's the one that you're supposed to find last. Here it is. There we go. Get warmed up. Get something to drink. Oh, I'll add a drink. Dang. Oh, there's another one right next to it. I hate it when they do that. I don't even have anything to buy with the twisted metal anymore. Or tainted metal. Connoisseur, all creator. I guess it's because I've collected a certain number of ingredients. Oh no, it's because I've collected rare treasure. Nanites. Man, I gotta go back and try to find that last room. Because it probably has what I need.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
think I already read this, but I'll read it again just in case anyone out there is interested. Storm crystal. Oh man. I think everything in this room. Yeah. Darn. Ugh. Alright, so I still gotta find one more room. I don't know where it is, but I missed something back this way. I think if I scan, I'm able to tell. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wasn't that far. It's projectiles, that's just bullets. Oh man. Crap. And don't tell me I went through another freighter for no reason. Crap. Alright, well. Yep. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I haven't been finding any of the freighter upgrades. I mean, I've been finding stuff like this, but it's not all that great, to be honest. I don't need units. If it was worth nanites, maybe I'd consider it being useful, but it's just not good, you know. I'm gonna turn these in, and that'll be good for my rank. I'll increase my rank with the Vakeen, but it's just it's just not enough, you know. I need more. I need to be able to darn. I don't want to go all the way through. I wish there was a way for it to tell me if I found everything in a freighter, because I hate the idea of having to go all the way back through. I've thoroughly looked through all of these rooms. I doubt I'm going to be seeing anything. Excuse me. Man. I know that last room is still has something that I have to collect in it. I know. Just be patient. I'll go back and get it. But it's not really going to be anything great. I'll show you when I get there. I think the most annoying part is that a lot of these rooms here have these tiny rooms. You know? Because you don't know what could be inside of them. I'm just glad that the treasure catch symbol will show up even through walls. It displays any and all of the treasures that are in a room. If you haven't collected them. Otherwise, you'll just see a purple catch. I think that was the other thing about freighters when I was first exploring them. Sometimes, I know I demonstrated that earlier on while looking through this freighter, but sometimes you'll go long periods of time before you can find a heater, and once that started to happen, I would be freaking out like shit, and then just run back to a teleporter because I don't know where the hell the heater is in the room that I was in. Some rooms don't even have heaters if it's a really shitty freighter. Alright, I've looked everywhere and I cannot find this last treasure chest, if there even is one. Oh wait, I'm at the beginning. Did I accidentally go inside of a... Or is this freighter just really small? I think it's just really small, and a lot of the rooms are just secondary rooms, you know? Which is a little crazy to think about, but yeah, that does make sense. A lot of freighters will just be made up of small rooms. I know mine is. That sucks to think that even in these easy Vakeen freighters that we go through, we will encounter the problem of not being able to find the power-up we need. Isn't that crazy? Bit of a dick move, but oh well. That one's also gotten... I hate that that happens, that it displays a treasure chest symbol. And then it's like, oh, wait, right. Yeah, you already collected this one. And I'm like, damn it! Don't give me hope like that. I would say it's like the case of what we had to deal with in that last freighter that I forever was looking for every single treasure on that freighter. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's a lot like the freighter we were just on last time I streamed. It just does not have the thing I need. And this gigantic ass room here just pisses me off because it could have so many things in it, but it doesn't have anything. It's sad. It could at least be interesting, like it could have several turrets up in the sky or something, but it doesn't have anything, and I can't jump to see if I could go in any of those holes up there. So it's like, darn, what is this giant room good for? Nothing. So sad. Nope, I already collected those. Dang it.
Temperature levels stabilizing. Temperature levels stabilizing.
Yeah, I got everything. Dang.
Thermal protection
It's a sad day when you realize that no matter how hard you try, you're never going to get that thing that you want the most. Alright, let's go ahead and turn in these captains, or these, this key, or whatever it is called, this code to access this engineer's control panel. Because once we do that, then we'll be able to collect our last prize and leave. And no, it's not the thing that you want. In fact, for me particularly, it's nothing, because you only get to choose between a technology upgrade, which is always going to suck. They never give you an S class, it's always an A class. And where I'm at right now in the game with the save data, I need S class stuff. It's kind of a waste. A freighter bulkhead, which increases the size of your freighter and how much it can store, which I don't need because I'm already maxed out on that. And nanites, which is cool, but it only gives you like 500 nanites, and you can get way more for doing anything else for this amount of time. There you go. 500. See? Not really worth it. Alright, so we just use this and it takes us back to the entrance. I wish I could say I'd like to demonstrate what it was that I was looking for, but the only way I could show you guys now is if I go back to my freighter and show you that way. Because it's up in the top corner. Oh, such fitting music for what's going on right now. My bitter defeat. And this sad music. It's just like, I'm sorry, you failed. Yeah, if you want to before you go, or even if you're just discovering an abandoned freighter by itself without a signal, to open up the door with, you can kind of explore the outside of it at least and find a couple things. But you definitely won't find any treasure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I haven't really gone to any freighters in other star systems. So let me check around here a bit more before I get back on my ship. Because if I find another treasure chest out here, I'm gonna ship myself, because it means maybe there was another one on that other freighter and I just didn't take the time to look. I mean, because usually you don't find any of the treasure chests out here, you just find those capsules. But now that I'm thinking about it, that might be why. No, I don't see any. And there's only this one in here, and that's only if you're someone who's discovered this for the first time but can't unlock the door. They at least want to give you something as a reward for finding this, you know? And to be honest, when you're first starting out in the game, those repair kits, yeah, they are very useful. So, it's a good prize. That way you don't feel ripped off for finding one. Alright, let's go turn these in to get the rank rewards and stuff. Where is space station? Keep forgetting. Here it is. Next year, when I go on vacation, And if I find some time to play No Man's Sky and just relax, you know, I kind of want to try and find a new planet. A new paradise planet to, God damn, so many freighters popping in. But yeah, I want to find a new paradise planet to create a vacation house on. Well, the one we have now is really cool. I feel like that one's more for everyone. You know, that's why I called the planet Tala Earth. If you don't know, Tala stands for the All Creator Live Archives. But yeah, I consider that the stream's planet. But if I could find one for myself personally, that would be nice also. Alright, let's turn these in with this guy. Get our rank up, because I really don't need any more tainted metal. So there's no reason to turn these into the guy down there. I don't even know if that's doing anything. But I guess it is, because I get my rank go up. I see my rank go up. I don't get what this menu is all about. It just says donate item or redeem, and I don't know what the redeem's all about either. Well, I guess that's the only reason I'm doing it now, is to increase my rank with the Vy'keen. Because I don't see any other reason to do this. You can talk to him and you can get all of these, but there's like nothing. It says that I need the apprentice rank, but like, if I've been increasing my rank with these guys, why haven't I been seeing any progress? What am I at? I think I can look at that in the... Yeah. I'm a commandant. I need to be an apprentice. Is that better or worse than... I guess maybe I need to complete some missions, because I haven't been doing that. Maybe that's something else I can do on a separate stream. You know, in this solar system, if I'm going to be staying here for a while, at least for another year, I might as well make the most of it, you know? Because right now it's saying I'm an outsider, so hopefully those things become available to me with the more missions that I accomplish for the Vy'keen. And I think the person I get those missions from is down here. They're here. No, that's the map maker. It's the trade system. This is the guy that helps me with my ships. It's weapons. This is a little relaxation hub. Technology merchant for my suit upgrades. This is the one I'm pretty sure I gotta talk to about missions. So why is it only giving me those two options? I'm pretty sure there was a way to go on missions, you know, take on missions in the space station before. Is this it? Yeah, this is the mission agent. I thought this was for my starship. I guess that device handles everything starship related now. I thought it was just for customization. Alright, so yeah, these are the types of missions you can do to increase your rank. And the ones that help out the most are labeled as such. This is a level 1 Vakeen mission. It'll increase the rank with the Vakeen, and the rest of these will increase rank with just the general areas for every race. Why is I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the guy. He's looking straight up, and I don't. That's kind of weird, but I don't know. I don't know what he's looking at. Are you good, dude? Oh man. All right. Well, what does he want me to do? Stolen models. Take a photo of a radioactive world. Really? Something like that, huh? Well, I guess I could do it. I don't think we have any in this solar system, but I could check. These two are paradise planets. Oh, this one could be radioactive. It has fungus on it. Caustic Nightmare. Scaly Planet, that's a unique planet. Plated Planet, another unique planet. Wow, I have 2 anomaly planets in my solar system, as well as 2 paradise planets. How unique. Isotopic planet. Ah, Gamma Root. This one's definitely radioactive. Alright, Hexahelix. Hexahelix? That's weird. I could have sworn Hexahelix had the, I'm pretty sure that the Hexahelix planet was a anomaly planet. Oh well, we'll see. Here it is, right here. Oh, it's nighttime, so I won't be able to see that well going in. Nope. Why'd I call this one Hexahelix then? Well, maybe with the update everything changed. I mean, obviously the place changed. It looks way different than what it probably was. It probably was an anomaly planet at first. Alright, well, I guess we take a picture now. I love how I'm looking at the camera. Take screenshot. Is that it? Did I do it? How do I... It says take screenshot by hitting that button, and I did. Oh, yeah, it has a check mark on it now. Alright, maybe it just took a little while.
Navigational data received.
Probably just took a little while to, really click, you know? I was just like, oh, he did it, okay. Alright, we turn this in and our rank with the Vakeen will go up. Our level, I don't know. This is the first time I've done a mission. I never really did them before because they always seemed like they were too easy and sort of boring. So I think I feel like I've done them before when I was doing an expedition, but that was like the only time I think I've done them. Alright, now we turn this in. The keen standing increase. There we go. And now we can do another one if we want. This one's a level 6. Serious commodities. Craft 1 unstable gel. Okay, do I have to craft it? Because I already have some. I'll do it. This seems easy. Alright. Let's see. Unstable gel. There we go. That was all I had to do. And in case you're wondering, the unstable gel is used to make the plastic explosives you need for your explosives. Huh? Okay, there we go.
Navigational data received.
Some things take a little time. Alright, I don't turn it into him. Who do I turn it into? The guy up there, maybe? What? Over there? Oh, I gotta go get this to someone on a planet. Yeah, okay. I didn't read it. I didn't read the description. I just read that I'm supposed to make something, and that's it. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't feel right doing this now. I just made some unstable material, and now I gotta deliver it to somebody. If they're not in a professional setting, I'm going to call sus. If they're just some dude just chilling out in the middle of nowhere, this is gonna be a little sus. But if they're in a building, then I'll be okay with it. Because then it seems like it's maybe for research or something. Okay, okay. Alright, good, good. Alright. I get it, alright. I trust this now. Because, I'm gonna be honest, I have done missions where you do things for a guy in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, that seems sketchy. Oh, here we go. Yeah, even better. We're giving it to a droid. A trade market droid. Cool. So yeah, everything's on the up and up. Well, let's go back. This was a level 6 too, so should get a much higher rank for this one. I feel like maybe they could have done an update recently because the tractor beams are a lot more powerful than they were not too long ago. Because I'm not going through the building to get to the landing spot. So maybe they didn't update to fix that. Alright. Oh, we also got nanites for that. Good. Alright, let's see where that put us now. If we're at least on the board, that will make me a little happy. Received a salvage frigate module from What? I got a salvage frigate module from someone. Where'd they go? From Catastrophe. Who? Oh, there's another player here. Hey! Hi! Yo, thank you. If you're watching in the stream, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. That's what I was looking for. That's why I went through that freighter. Awesome. Very cool. Also, if you're still there, feel free to make a base on the Tala planet, Tala Earth. I welcome all creative ideas. Alright, so that's what I was looking for. A frigate module for my freighter. That guy was very kind enough to deliver one to me. That was very nice of them. Alright, let's head on back to my ship so I can use that. Oh, very nice of them. I really liked their look too. They were really cool design. Their outfit, pretty cool. Alright, let's turn this in. And I really don't need to do any more fishing. I think I'll call it a night. Maybe I'll watch a little bit of something, fall asleep, you know? Been a pretty chill day. Been a while. Ah, there we go. Upgrade controls. No. There we go. Yep, that is. Salvage frigate module. Very cool guy. Alright. Wanted to... Oh, it's a little hard to choose. I'm going to go with this one. There we go. Let's go set some up. Third floor. I wanted to put one somewhere. Ah, right. The end here. I want to put like some furniture around here. I'll take care of that some other time. So yeah, that was awesome. I'm happy they stopped by, gave me that. Otherwise today would have felt like another bust, you know? I would have been like, shoot. Another day going through another freighter and I failed again to collect a frigate module. Sad face. Oh well. Nope, that didn't happen at all. We had a nice fellow give it to us. Our fella. Very nice of them. Alright, let's head on back to our base. But yeah, to anyone watching in the archives, that's what I'm saying. No Man's Sky has a really great community. We try our best to be as nice as we can and very welcoming. I don't think I've ever met a No Man's Sky player who is just 100% a jerk. I've met some funny individuals playing No Man's Sky. Especially the ones that have tried to attack me while doing live streams, going on expeditions. I mean, obviously they weren't trying to kill me, they just strafed me with a couple bullets, but... Alright. But it's not like I've run into people that are just deliberately being mean, you know? I'm sure people can think of ways to be mean in this game. It's just that our community's not like that. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back to the title screen. Quit to mode select. Alright. Alright, so nobody really in chat today. Oh, there they are. They followed. Awesome. Thank you so much, Catastrophe. It's kind of cut your name off there, but I'm guessing it's Catastrophe. I'm guessing it's Catastrophe. But yes, thank you so much, Catastrophe, for following. Oh, you tuned in. You did that like 30 minutes ago. Oh, so yeah, you were here during the ending of the of my exploration of that frigate. so you knew my pain. Oh, and when I took that picture, that must have been how you figured out where I was, right? Because they had the little display on the bottom. Ah, I was sitting there like, wow, how'd they find me though? And then I realized, oh, right. I took that picture. Such a great community. I gotta say, if they win anything during the Game of the Year awards this year, they very much deserve it. The team over at Hello Games. If not this year, definitely next year for Light No Fire, because that game looks awesome. And with everything they've been demonstrating here in No Man's Sky, I bet it's going to be so fun. I can't wait to play it. Alright, so that does it for another day of All Creator Live. If you're watching in the archives, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, share the video, and subscribe if you have not already. If you're wondering what it is I'm going to be playing next, you can always tune into the community tab over on YouTube. It is also called the post tab if you are not subscribed. I always post when it is I'm going to be streaming and what it is I'm going to be streaming. But as for my next stream, that won't be until Monday. I'm going to be working this weekend, as I do every weekend, and Monday will be more Genshin Impact. So look forward to that. And to those wondering when I'm going to be streaming No Man's Sky again, it'll be another Thursday. Every Thursday is No Man's Sky Day. So, you know, you all have a wonderful night and a great day, and I'm going to get to sleep. Good night, everybody. You know what? I think I'm going to raid someone. Now that I'm thinking about it. That's right. If you're still there, if I still have one person left, if I haven't scared them off, I gotta make a habit of doing this more often. Just raiding people. I very rarely have anyone tune in for this long when I'm streaming over on Twitch. So I'll scroll all the way to the bottom and find someone with the lowest count of people. There we go. Oh, they don't have that many. This Yaxi. I will definitely raid them. There you go. That should do it. One. Raid now. Here we are. I hope they enjoy that. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Sleep easy.